The LZ0 Duramax diesel engines are still currently failing, and I have one in my possession right now. So what I want to do is show you what you can actually do at your house if you wanted to and save yourself the dealership visit. I highly suggest you get your engine checked out though if you have a 25 or 26. If you're unaware, there was a bulletin that came out. It's document number 25-NA-307, and it basically described an issue that has an engine noise from the bell housing area. Could also pop up a check engine light, and that check engine light P06DD, engine oil pressure control valve performance, and the 06D code is engine oil pressure control valve actuator. What is actually happening here is that there's a thrust bearing failure inside of these 3.0 Duramax diesel engines. There is a timeline, but it's a very vague timeline. It's 25 and 26 model years. On DuramaxNews.com, I do have a thread going there where I'm keeping track of some build dates. So if you want to share your build date with me in this thread or in this comment area of this video, feel free to do so, and I can add it into that. But I've got the link into the description. Now let me talk about this vehicle that I have in right now. It has less than 2,000 miles on it. Came in with just a check engine light, maybe a little bit louder. So let me show you. I'm going to fire this truck up real quick and we can listen to it. All right, so there wasn't much going on there, nothing really indicating that we do have a severe issue outside of the check engine light on the DAC. Now, if you bring this vehicle to me as a technician, my job is to rack this up and pull off the inspection cover and go ahead and take measurements. But let me tell you, this is something that most people can probably do on the ground at their house, just doing a visual. If you're not comfortable with doing anything like this, I highly suggest you don't. But I do want to point out that while you're underneath here doing this, this is straight down directly below the engine. I just laid down underneath this truck, honestly, and I just have some basic screwdrivers to do this. And what I'm doing is moving the torque converter forward and backwards. I want to point out that if you're prying on this, the flex plate will bend. But what we're looking for on this is how much movement the torque converter actually does. You could see in this case, the torque converter slides back quite a bit, should not move at all. So if you have an issue with yours, it will slide back and stay there, and then you can push it forward and it's going to slide forward and stay there. There is so much movement on these, and this is just a real quick, easy way to see if there is thrust bearing movement there. Once this takes place, if you have one of these, I would highly suggest you take it into the dealer immediately. The replacement engine should be good to go because at this time they know about the thrust bearing failure and they know not to use those thrust bearings. Maybe it was a manufacturing issue, maybe it was an assembly issue. It's not completely understood what the actual cause of the failure is at this time. However, as techs, we are seeing the thrust bearings actually in the oil pan. So there's so much movement in there, they're coming apart. So unsure what the exact cause of that is, but the new engine should not have any of these issues. I also want to point out that these engines are on back order right now, so that tells me that there's lack of supply, or maybe just they're taking extra time to make sure that all the engines going out currently do not have this issue. But like I said, go to DuramaxNews.com. There is a blog going on there and it has a running list of the numbers of failures on there that I have come across, and it does show some build dates. Now, I want to point out the build date information there. I am using the actual vehicle build date because I'm not asking people to climb into their engine to get the actual engine build date. So if we stick with just the vehicle build date itself, then that's going to give us a proper set of numbers. And right now, let me tell you, it looks like the July trucks are definitely having the majority of the issues based off of my failure count here. So the more we can add to this, the more we could see. That way if somebody's shopping for a vehicle out there and they see that it was built in July, I mean, I hate to spread some worry like that, but in all reality, if the July vehicles are the ones that typically see this failure, then it's good to know. And also if you're shopping for a used one, go ahead and check to see if there's a Carfax on it about the engine being replaced. Because in all honesty, I think once the new engine is installed, I don't think there should be any other issues. If you want more information about 3.0 Duramax diesels, be sure to follow along on this channel. This is Demon Works. Till next time, see ya.